Hello and welcome to July 4th. This is a little message for you today. Hope you're doing well here in the States. It is a holiday. It is the Independence Day. It is the birthday of our nation, and we in America are going through a Pluto return right now. So Pluto return, it takes Pluto 247 years to get back to the place it was when a person or a place was born. And people don't have Pluto returns because we don't live for 247 years. Not now anyway, maybe in the future. But a Pluto return is a time of looking at structures, looking at where we've come in that 247 years and what needs to be looked at more closely, what needs to be discarded, what needs to be updated, what needs to be done away with altogether, and what, where are we going from here? Okay, so there's a lot of, I know my friend Baraka Goldsmith has done some videos about the Pluto return. I've talked about it a little bit earlier this year. So I want to give a shout out to Baraka. I know she's done a great video about that, so I want to recommend her to you. So let's see where we go here on this July 4th holiday here in the States. In the rest of the world, let's see. The world itself seems to be undergoing some kind of massive transformation. So a light grows brighter only by lighting another. Working together, 3, 2, 1, jump. New opportunities. New opportunities come from change, okay? And your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. So those of us, and I've been talking a lot, all 5 years on YouTube, I've been talking about we are in a spiritual transformational time period right now, and it is our job, why we've become awakened, why we've become more spiritually evolved, is to shine the light for other people. So we might have some situations going this month around the Capricorn full moon. I did a video yesterday. I will post that here, and it really talks about the changes that need to be made over the next couple of weeks. Some of you might be in like years-long transformation of these habits or codependent kind of behaviors that keep you in toxic relationships or keep you in places that are holding you back. And so that might be something to work on. So I'm going to put a little link there. I also am putting a link here to the what to watch out for in July. I talk a little bit about that too. So let's get the spread going, and let's see, I'll use this and see what's coming up today. What's coming up today? All right, so this week on Wednesday, the Wednesday Live group will be talking about the law of duality, the law of polarity. And I'm going to talk about how to work with that energy. That's our Wednesday group, our YouTube group. And on Thursday, we do a Q&A live with all of our Pathfinders. A lot of you who watch these videos every day are Pathfinders. So see you on Thursday at noon for our live. All right. Knight of Pentacles underneath. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Look at all this. And the Strength card, oh, thank goodness. The Hermit card, lots of Virgo energy, Ace of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So messages around authenticity, about self-care, around owning your power, around being able to be vulnerable in relationships while also being powerful at the same time. There is real power in being able to share your innermost feelings. A lot of times people in relationships, they want to have a love relationship, but the fear of relationships is about being hurt when you're at your most vulnerable. So I think these experiences of past hurts are really informing the power that's showing up and being like, you know what, because I was able to navigate through this, I'm now able to navigate through this new portal. So some of you know I talk about my family quite a bit. I have a very close cousin relation who we are very close friends, about 10 days apart. And she's a world traveler. She does a lot of cool stuff. And she told me one time that the source of her confidence, her self-confidence, is this. And she was traveling, I believe at the time it was called Czechoslovakia. I think it was during college time, a long time ago, a million years ago. And they were in a place where they didn't know the language. And one of them knew French, one of them knew Spanish, which can be kind of universal English, pick like whatever you can kind of use at the place and time. If you're in a place that has a language that you don't understand. And so you can translate that into, hey, I'm in a new experience in my life. I don't know the language. However, she said to me that the conductor asked them for some ridiculous amount of money to get out of that country and to go back to Paris and on the train. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to be this expensive to get out of Czechoslovakia. And her friend was like, hold on. I think we don't know what he's saying. So they found someone in the train car who spoke French and Russian or Slovak or whatever dialect was being spoken by the conductor, and they were able to communicate with those two ladies, and those two ladies were then able to translate for the conductor. And it turns out it was like, oh, it's this amount of money. Oh, we got that. Okay. And so it was a lesson for her in resilience, in problem solving. They could have dissolved into a puddle and been like, oh my God, we can't get out of Czechoslovakia. But they didn't do that. They found a way to use their strength and being able to, talk with other people and being able to use the languages they've learned in order to get the information they need. They were undeterred from going to their destination because they drew on what they already knew. Even though they didn't know the whole thing, they knew a part of the thing. And they spoke with another passenger, and that passenger got them. So being able to ask for help, being able to receive, okay, being able to get someone and say, hey, I'm in trouble here. Can you help me? You may look at that as weakness, but I'm saying to you, it's a strength. It's a superpower. Being able to know what you need and ask for it and then receive it from someone else. There's plenty of people on this planet who just suffer in silence. And it's getting them nowhere. It's keeping them in this stuck place. Okay? Now, this Nine of Cups and Queen of Cups, I do feel like there is some kind of feeling of victory, feeling of like, I got what I wanted, I got what I needed, I'm able to help myself because I ask for help. Now, that may seem like an oxymoron, but you're very, if you are resilient, if you're able to see what you don't know, sometimes what you don't know, knowing, like being able to go, okay, I know what I know, and I do know what I don't know. That's even more powerful than sometimes knowing what you know. If you know what you don't know, then you might be able to work on that. A lot of people don't even know what they don't know, right? A lot of people coming awake during this time period, they have no idea. Like they come to the channel, I do see it quite frequently, where they're like, whoa, what is all this stuff we're talking about with star seeds, and we're talking about the awakening and the twin flame journey and all this stuff, and all of a sudden they have all of this like ba 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 ba, like they don't even know the words that we're using. Sometimes I hear myself talking in astrology talk, or I'm communicating to you in terms of feelings, right? Some people have no awareness, like they feel a thing, but they cannot label it. They cannot say, oh, this is anxiety versus a physical ailment, right? Sometimes heart pounding, stuff like that. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Well, my mother used to call those fake heart attacks, which drove us nuts because they're anxiety. But you have physical representations of that, okay? And you can be damaging your health if you're like clueless as to what a thing is. So you're like, okay, I don't know what this is. I'm going to go find someone who can help me do that. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just suffer in silence. So this is about being able to do those things and becoming more powerful because this is Leo time period. So we are going through it. July is going to be quite pivotal. First of all, this year into the middle part of next year, we have North Node in Taurus. And Taurus is about asking for what you need or understanding your own needs, understanding and being able to satisfy your own needs, whether you ask for help or you're able to do it for yourself, or you have a partner and you're working on that, whatever that is, you're able to craft solutions to your problems. You're not just stuck and suffering. You're able to become more powerful because of that. So there's something about North Node. It's a new skill set. I teach a lot of classes about North Node, and it's usually about like, oh, I don't know what I don't know. North Node is I don't know what I don't know. Okay? Later this month, we have full moon in Capricorn. And that means the full moon is in opposition to the Cancer sun. Full moons are always in opposition to the sun in the sign of the time we are. And the Capricorn, or the full moon, is right on top of Pluto. The United States is having a Pluto return right now. So this is big time transformational stuff that we are going through. And a lot of it is about not hiding your own authenticity. Being who you are, being in your own uniqueness, being yourself, and not being afraid or being deterred, not melting back into a crowd of people, but instead being powerful by each one of us being powerful, right? Like linking arms and being powerful. That's what this authenticity, Ace of Swords, next to this Hermit means to me, is that we've learned from lessons of the past, and now we are stronger because we're able to speak our authentic truth, even if your voice shakes. And there is power in this, the Leo energy here. So as we move into beyond that, the full moon in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto, square Chiron in Aries. So Chiron is your wounded healer. So the lessons you have learned, or the lessons you're here to learn, the painful wounds, are emboldening and embodying your biggest strength. And it has always been that way. But now with the full moon in Capricorn, meaning do the work, right? Saturn ruled, do the work, squaring Chiron in Aries. It's time for you to speak your truth. It's time for you to be your most authentic self. Page of Swords. Messages coming through, things coming through that are going to test this strength. But the self-confidence that comes from this, truly dynamic. Okay? Truly dynamic. I see Leo here. I see Virgo here. And all of this, the core piece of this is feelings. There's plenty of people on this planet who think feelings are weakness. On the contrary, feelings are an indicator of where you are and how you feel about it. And are you able to move in a direction? If you don't know that you think something sucks, if you don't know that you feel misery, then how are you ever able to get out of it? How are you ever able to get out of Czechoslovakia if you don't go, okay, I've got a situation here that's causing me pain or causing me stress, and I'm going to find a solution, and I'm going to receive that from other people. I'm going to receive that from my higher self. I'm going to receive that from God. I'm going to receive that from my love partner. If you just suffer in silence, then you're never getting out of Czechoslovakia. All due respect to the whole area, places that you've never been. All due respect to wherever, in the physical world or in your emotional world. All due respect. But if it's someplace that you want to move from, it's time to learn this skill. All right. So I'm going to pull cards for Leo and for Capricorn, or sorry, Leo and Virgo. I do see the Queen of Pentacles here and the Queen of Cups. I am going to touch on the water signs a little bit here because I feel like the water signs, the feeling energy, and we are in Cancer time period, so I'll pull cards on that too. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep going. Morning message. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Know your authentic reality. And then that's going to bring you to the next place. All right. Let's see where we go. Link is below. I'll see you over there if you're part of Pathfinders. Rest of the reading starts right now. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.